Well, hello there. What brings you to this side street? I know I won't get an answer, but I like to ask anyway. The weather sure has been great lately. You probably don't care for chats about the weather, though, do you? Most people don't, that's for sure. Now me, I'd love to have a chat about the weather, talk about this gorgeous warm sun and all those fluffy white clouds to watch while I pass the time until the evening rush. See, I have a very important job standing here, right here. I don't know what you'd call my job. I'm not a courier, no, that's my partner who comes by every morning. All I do is hold people's mail, and those people expect me to be right here every day in and out without fail. And I don't fail them. No, I do not.
I know. You told me before. How many times do I have to say it? I'm sorry, I forgot it. I didn't write it down. I get it. I'm the asshole here. You win. What of it? What's that change? Look, I don't want to argue. Just give me the address. Jesse.
Rough day, huh? I take things from all sorts of folks. I don't care who comes by, I take care of everybody the same. I see half a dozen people on my worst days, so I'm always taking care of a couple of things at least.
Jesse, Jesse? Jesse! I have a job that I'm on my way to. I don't have time for this shit. I can't cut out or be late unless you want me searching for another job again. Of course I'm working. I'm working all the time. I have my own bills to pay, my own life to take care of, and my life isn't only about your needs. Well, yeah. Yes, no, yeah. No, I know. It's for her more than anything. I know that. Yeah.
People give me some very important stuff. Sometimes it's very personal, too. People like him put faith in me to make sure their mail gets to who it needs to. And never once have I failed to hand what I'm given over to my courier. I have to be always ready to take something, which means staying upright on my feet day and night. I can't rest when I have to take care of cargo like this. No, I can't. But hey, I'm just doing my job.
No, it isn't about that. I just have to get up enough money to get my life started. Working for me. Myself, you know? You just have to give me more time. Look, just tell her happy birthday for me. Jesse? Jesse, please. I can't keep saying sorry anymore. Just give me the damn address. Thank you.
It's hard to know just what to think when you can only hear half a conversation. But I'm the type to believe most arguments have some good points on both sides. It can be hard to talk when the other person isn't listening. Believe me, I know that.
I just don't understand why you've got to make things so hard. Yeah. Bye. Bleeding me dry.
Hello, Jordan. I'll trust that you're at least trying your best until I see some evidence that says otherwise. Then again, you seem to be in much less of a rush now that you're off the phone. Oh, hey! There's a familiar face. How have you been? Making the last-minute decision as usual, eh? This is about the 10th time this gal has stopped by, and every time she does this, right before making the drop, she changes her mind. She might stare at that envelope for half an hour before she crumples it up and throws it away.
Do you have a spare?
What?
A spare stamp. You got one?
No.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, whenever the day comes that you finally feel like handing it over, I've got your back. Until then, I'll be right here. Okay, buddy?
You write a lot of letters, huh?
No.
Mm-hmm. Other mail?
What?
Other mail. Do you send a lot of other mail?
No. No, I don't.
Do you collect anything?
No, what? What do you want?
No, there's nothing you collect?
No.
Huh. Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out why a woman who doesn't send any mail and isn't a collector would need to hoard stamps like a post office version of the Lucky Charms leprechaun.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Paper sticker Scrooge. You have a whole book right there, but you can't spare one 50-cent piece out of the whole 19 left. What do you even need them for?
Excuse me, ma'am. I don't need to give you one because I bought these with my own money. They're my property and I get to decide how they're used.
Oh, right. Sure. Don't mind me, Mr. Rockefeller. I don't need any handouts. You've earned those stamps, fair and square, and nobody deserves a thing from you, no matter what.
Will you leave me alone?
No. You gotta wait for the bus, don't you? Till then, you're stuck here with me.
Great.
Don't worry. Conversation always helps to pass the time. Before you know it, you'll be long gone and forget you ever saw me in the first place. Weather's been awfully nice, hasn't it?
It sure has.
Sure. Clear skies, some heat, but not too much. So, what do you do for a living?
Nothing interesting yet?
Yeah, you got something in the works?
Yeah, maybe. If things go well, I guess.
Well, don't be shy. What are you working toward?
Law school.
Oh, law school, huh? That's big. That's really big. You excited?
Partially.
Well, you're gonna need to talk more than that if you want to be a lawyer.
Yeah, I'm working on that. What are you writing?
A letter to my mom. Handwritten, just like she prefers. She always said a handwritten letter is the best way to show love, especially when you don't think about it for too long. Just shoot from the hip. See where things land and all that. I never really got it when I was younger, but when you get to be so far away from somebody, things they said just get to be a lot clearer, you know?
Yeah, maybe. Hindsight's 20/20, right?
Shit, sure is.
You got a lot of regrets?
Nah, I'm not the type to do that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I wish I'd started writing to my mom sooner. Things would be better now if I'd actually focused on important shit instead of just throwing my middle finger up at every problem. Had more patience, that kind of thing. But I don't carry that stuff with me. It doesn't hang over my head or cause me problems. Every time I messed up, I'd end up getting kicked a little more into shape. That made me me, and I like who I am, so no, I don't regret much.
Now that just sounds like regrets you focus on less.
Nah, except maybe never writing my mom. That might be more of a regret.
Oh, how I enjoy hearing a good conversation. This is the most I've ever heard out of Charlie. People usually don't sit and chat with a stranger, let alone one that looks so disheveled. I'd love to have the chance to chat with strangers, though. I think there's a lot you can get from somebody if you're just willing to talk. In my experience, people have a lot to say. Issues seem to come up when they get face to face, though. People are a lot more sensitive and compassionate on paper. Most of the time, at least. I wonder why that is.
Does the word affectionate start with an A or an E?
It's an A.
Okay, cool. Gotta redo that. Thanks.
You're welcome. She's a good mother, I take it.
She was the best. Cooked every meal. Not everybody gets that. Worked harder than anybody I've ever met. One of the few people who cared to give me time. I don't blame other people for not, but still. Mom and I butted heads several times, yeah, but she's the only person who supported me moving out here and starting a business. That ended up falling through, of course, but hey, sometimes that's the way it goes.
What happened?
After her second stroke, she couldn't live alone. Bills rack up fast like that. She didn't want me to come back home, wanted me to keep at it. Live-in caretakers are expensive. Like, damn expensive. You know that? I wanted to send her every other paycheck I was getting because I knew she couldn't afford all that herself. She didn't like that at all, though. Wouldn't take a dime. So I had a friend of mine print up a letter from her old job saying she'd received a special retirement package or something like that. I drove back once a month and put a few hundred in her mailbox. Placed in a nice, official brown envelope sent by West Peaks Electric Company.
I take it from how you've been speaking in the past tense that it didn't go well.
Nah. She died last fall.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Me too. Things keep moving on, though.
Now, why are you still sending letters then?
To make up for that regret I focus on less, I send them all back to our old house. I don't know who lives there anymore, but that doesn't matter to me much. They probably think I'm crazy, though, left wondering who the hell keeps sending these.
Sorry.
I don't want pity stamps.
No, seriously, I don't need them anymore. Either you take them or they rot in a drawer.
Okay.
Charlie, it isn't the first time she's dropped something off with me. It isn't the first time she's written on the back of a postcard either. These ones are always interesting because I can actually read the whole message. It's right on the outside, plain as day. I know that may sound a little rude to do, but I won't be telling anybody, even if people did listen. It gets a little boring when all you do is watch the world go by. Might as well read some of the more interesting parts, right? Don't worry. Charlie's secrets are safe with me. Everyone's are.
What about you? You got anything you regret?
Oh, plenty. At least one thing a day.
One thing a day? Like what?
No, just dumb stuff like things I say when I'm talking to a friend, a cashier, or something. Making mistakes at work, not exercising, what I'm doing with my whole life. Those kinds of things.
Oh, I see. I don't think you get much from sweating stuff like that. I know big decisions can be tough, but worrying about the shit just eats at your brain. If you make a mistake, laugh at it. Then move on.
Yeah.
Speaking of moving on, I should get going. No reason to sit here all day. Thanks for the chat.
No, thank you. I enjoyed it.
See you around.
Yeah. Hey, you forgot your stamps? Here. Take this too.
Oh. Oh. Thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, do me a favor and don't spend that on liquor, okay?
I won't. Couldn't if I wanted to.
What do you mean?
I'm only 19, dude.
Wait, you are?
Yeah, and?
I'm 20.
And?
Nothing.
There are certain silences I hate sitting in. Silence is an interesting thing. Sometimes there's more being said in the moments between people speaking than when they're actually talking out loud. It's easier for people to not listen if there's nothing to hear, though. If you never actually listen, it's rare you'll ever change or learn. I think changing and learning are an important part of Hello, Elliot. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Headed to University of California, Berkeley, huh? Don't worry, Elliot. Your letter is safe in my hands now. I won't let you down. I hope someday you'll see I'm somebody you can trust. Maybe it won't be so hard for you to hand things over come then. It's more likely that I won't ever see you again, though, isn't it? You don't send mail often. You might be leaving town soon. But there's always that chance. Might be one day you'll need to get something somewhere for whatever reason. Until that day, I'll be right here, just doing my job.